All right, Media Studies, this is your video for Chapter 38, and I'm actually going to go ahead and include Chapter 39 in this video, and this will be the last video we do for Unit 3, Production and Structures. Before we get into your lecture notes for the last day of the unit and the last two chapters that you need to understand, I do want to very quickly remind you of things that are due. So Unit 3 vocabulary check going to be due on April 8th at 11:59 p.m. So that should be tonight, Wednesday. And then we're also going to go ahead and turn in your Unit 3 discussion questions, April 8th, 11:59 p.m. So tonight, Thursday. You're going to want to make sure that you have been all the way through your Unit 3 notes PowerPoint, and that you have answered all of the discussion questions and completed vocab for all of the key terms for Unit 3, and that you have both of those documents turned in by tonight. And I say that because we have our Unit 3 production and structure test on Thursday, April 9th. And we are also going to submit our Unit 3 project on Thursday, April 9th. So when you go to your assignments and you are looking at upcoming work, Unit 3 discussion questions, Unit 3 vocab, Unit 3 test, Unit 3 project. Due Thursday, due on Friday, and due on Friday. Okay? So if you'll do me a favor, make sure all of that work gets turned in, and we will be good to go. We will call it a day when you finish your work on Thursday and have everything turned in, and you can enjoy your spring break. We will pick back up on April 20th with Unit 4 and probably finish the semester. So that's where we are. We are on Unit 3 Production and Structure, and we are going to the notes for Unit 3. And today I'm going to be going over chapters 38 and 39 with you. So chapter 38, we're talking about globalization and convergence. Very short chapter. 38 and 39 are both very short. 39 is just going to be a continuation of convergence. So that's the reason I'm putting these two chapters together into one video. Your key terms for chapter 38, globalization, convergence, media, and society. And then the discussion questions. After you read the chapter and after you listen to this video, do you feel that globalization is positive or negative? And how different would our world be without globalization? So here are your notes. Globalization, the process by which businesses or other organizations develop international influence or start operating on an international scale. Convergence is the process or state of converging, this trend to meet at a point. So globalization and convergence are the result of widespread media and international cooperation. While Chapter 38 does not give much by the way of new information on these ideas, what we do have is a topic of insight and conversation. So instead, what I want you to do is consider your discussion questions and think about the world that we live in today in terms of convergence and globalization. Where do you see this idea that international influence is taking place here in America? Do you see it in your schools? Do you see it in your social media? Do you see it in your friend groups? Do you see it in the restaurants that you go out to eat at? And then think about if that globalization and if that global influence was taken away, what would your world look like? Nothing here that I want you to add to your projects. And so we're pretty good to move on to chapter 39, where we continue talking about convergence. We've got some key terms here, most of which you should already have the definition to. But in case you don't, or regardless, make sure that you have those definitions recopied for chapter 39. And then our discussion questions are going to be, what is convergence culture and how is convergence culture demonstrated in our world today? And so we have this. Convergence is the flow of content across multiple media platforms, the cooperation between multiple media industries, and the migratory behavior of media audiences who will go almost anywhere in search of the kinds of entertainment experiences they want. And that definition is according to Jenkins from 2006. The idea is that there is a sense of coming together and unity being formed among this gathering of information. The idea is that audiences from all different backgrounds will arrive at the same location for the information that they seek. Even when the information is spread out across multiple outlets, the idea is the same, but is presented to bring out each unique facet. The hope is that the underlying similarity of information will be able to unite the differing views, and the goal of convergence ultimately is to use resources in the best manner possible to achieve the desired results. So convergence culture is when we take one news story and we put it out in multiple different channels. We put it out of multiple different media platforms, and all of these multiple viewpoints come in, but it's on this one particular topic. Okay, so this is the convergence of the ideas. We take one topic, we put it out to the masses have their varying viewpoints, and then they all come back together because they all are still talking about that one thing. However, convergence is not only this idealized, this theoretical practice of sharing information and getting the audience to participate and getting everybody to talk about this one thing. It's the idea more so about the goal of, here are the resources we have, let's use them to the best of our ability to accomplish the greater goal here, which is getting everybody to talk and talk about the same thing and come to a solution to the problem or come to an agreement about this idea or topic. And that's it for convergence. So chapter 38 and 39, globalization and convergence. Very similar ideas, not a whole lot of new information being presented to us, and nothing that I see that you need to add to your Unit 3 production and structure projects. So just as a reminder, you have your Unit 3 test tomorrow, April 9th. Your test will have a 90-minute window. It will be 25 multiple choice questions. Take your time and do your best on it, and that'll be it for the unit. And I hope that you have a wonderful spring break, and I will meet you all back here online on April 20th. Bye, guys.